Hello, this is Dr. R. Lakshmi, Faculty of Mathematics. In this lecture, I am going to explain you about how the recurrence relations can be solved using the method of characteristic roots and the method of undetermined multipliers. Let us see first what is a recurrence relation through an example. Suppose we are given an equation in the form an minus 4 into an minus 1 plus 4 into an minus 2 is equal to 0. Here, this an is if considered as the nth term of a sequence. If an represents a sequence, this an is called the nth term. Its previous term is an minus 1 and the next previous term is an minus 2. Since the equation is a relation between an and its two previous terms, we call this equation as a recurrence relation. So in brief, we can define a recurrence relation as a relation between the different terms of a sequence an, right? Here in this relation, an is expressed in terms of the previous two terms, an minus 1 and an minus 2. In the suffix n minus 2, this value 2 is called as the order of the recurrence relation. It is called the order, also called the degree, if denoted by k. For this example, the degree or the order is known to be 2. So I hope you understand the degree and what a recurrence relation is. Now let us concentrate on the linear type of recurrence relations. We can observe, when we observe the terms of this equation, we have 3 terms on the left hand side. In each of the terms, a term of the sequence is existing individually. It means there is no product of 2 or more terms of the sequence in any of the terms in the relation taken. Therefore, this relation is called as a linear recurrence relation. Let me give another example. Suppose we have an minus 1 plus 2 an minus 2 plus 4 an minus 3 is equal to 2 power of n. Here, the equation is involving an and its previous 3 terms. So this is also a recurrence relation, also called a recurrence equation. Moreover, it is also a linear because in each of its terms, only one term of the sequence is existing. So the property of this example is a linear recurrence relation of order or degree k is equal to 3, because here the minimum suffix for the term of the sequence is n minus 3. The 3 is taken as the order of the recurrence relation. Now let us discuss the methods of solving linear recurrence relations. In major we have 2 kinds of linear recurrence relation, homogeneous and non-homogeneous. So remember, the linear recurrence relations are classified into 2 types. We are assuming here that the relation is having all constant coefficients. So in this lecture we are concentrating on the linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. As given in the previous 2 examples, the coefficients 1 minus 4, 4 constants, 1 minus 1, 2, 4 constants, right? So now let us see the classification. The linear recurrence relations are classified into 2 types. before we look at the classification, we write the standard form of the linear recurrence relation. A constant C0 into the nth term an, constant C1 into previous term an minus 1 and so on, plus ck an minus k is equal to f of n, right? This form of the recurrence relation is called as a linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients of order k. Now let us classify such relations to two types. Suppose in the standard form on the right hand side, if f of n equal to 0, the equation is called as homogeneous recurrence relation. On the other hand, if we have f of n not equal to 0 in this respective equation, then we call the relation non-homogeneous recurrence relation. First we concentrate on how to solve a homogeneous linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. The corresponding method is called as method of characteristic roots. Remember the name of the method. The method of characteristic roots is the method known to solve a homogeneous linear recurrence relation with constant coefficients. Means to solve this kind of equations where f of n is equal to 0. Let us see the procedure, how the method follows, right? Let me explain this method through an example. Suppose we have the relation given by an minus 2 into an minus 1 plus 3 into, let us take minus 3 into an minus 2 is equal to 0. Clearly we can observe that this is linear, this is with constant coefficients, and the order is k is equal to 2 here. Because the order of the relation is 2, we replace an with r power 2 minus 2 into, we replace an minus 1 with r power 1 minus 3 into, we replace an minus 2 with r power 0, means 1. So equal to 0 should be written as usual in the given problem. So this is the equation called as the auxiliary equation for the given relation. Now we find the roots of this auxiliary equation, we solve it. When this is factorized, can be factorized in the form r plus 1 into r minus 3 is equal to 0. Its factors are r plus 1 into r minus 3. Accordingly, we have got the values of r minus 1 comma 3. Therefore, because the roots here we have got are different, minus 1 comma 3, we say that the corresponding solution is written as an equal to, with the two roots we have got, we select two arbitrary constants. Suppose we choose C1 corresponding to the first root, we write minus 1 power n. Then corresponding to 3 we choose C2 and then we write 3 power n. So this is called the general solution or the solution for the given homogeneous linear recurrence relation, right? And this is the case we have discussed when the roots of the auxiliary equation are different. It need not be the same with every problem, right? In some of the problems the roots may be equal. Any number of times the roots may be repeated. Therefore, we let us move on to a similar type of another example. Suppose the relation is an minus 4 into an minus 1 plus 4 into an minus 2 is equal to 0. Again, the order of the relation is 2, is homogeneous also. So we are straight away writing the auxiliary equation by the rule we have already told. First an is replaced by r square. We are writing 2 here because the order is 2. If it is 3, the order is, we would have written here instead of an r power 3. Next term, minus 4 an minus 1. We should write the next power of r, means the previous power of r square, after we get r, previous to r square, plus 4, previous to r we have r power 0. So we write 4 into 1, 4 and equal to 0. This is the auxiliary equation of the relation. When this is solved for the value of r, clearly we can write this as r minus 2 whole square 0. So that we have the value of r 2 comma 2. It is repeated twice. Since the value of r is repeated twice, we can write the corresponding solution. Anyhow, the root is repeated twice. The roots are 2 in number. So 2 arbitrary constants has to be chosen again. We write accordingly by the rule c1 plus c2n into 2 power n. Suppose we have got another 2 as the auxiliary equation has degree 3. The given problem has degree, or the order is 3. It is of order 3 cubic auxiliary equation we have got, and we have one more 2 as the root. In such case, inside the brackets here, we would have taken plus c3n square. That only will be the change. And this is now the solution for the given relation. So we have seen the two cases. In first example, we have got the roots of the auxiliary equation different. Whereas in the second example, we have got the roots of the auxiliary equation repeated. So for any given problem, after writing the auxiliary equation, we solve it to find the roots. Based on the roots, whether distinct or repeated, we have to write accordingly the required solution. And this is how we solve a given homogeneous linear recurrence relation. As I told you already, this method is called the method of characteristic roots. Now discuss how the method of undetermined coefficients is used. For example, the problem given is t of n is equal to 4 into t of n minus 1 plus 2 power n. 2 power n, where t of 0 is equal to 6. Because the term t of n is on the left hand side, for our convenience, let us transform this t of n in the form t in the suffix n. Similarly, the right side, 4 into t suffix is n minus 1 plus 2 power n. We can clearly say that this is because of the existence of 2 power n. This is clearly a non-homogeneous linear recurrence relation. Non-homogeneous linear recurrence relation with degree 1. From n minus 1, the degree is 1. Now, by the method of multipliers, the solution of the given problem has two parts. The first part is, we write the solution Tn. The first part is Tn power h. This is called the homogeneous part of the solution. The second part is Tn power p, the particular solution part. After getting the homogeneous and particular parts of the solutions, adding them, we can give the general solution for the given non-homogeneous linear relation. Now let us first see how to find homogeneous part. Right? To get this homogeneous part, whatever the function f of n is given, we assume that it is 0, and we write the remaining homogeneous part as Tn equal to 4 Tn minus 1. We solve it now by the method of characteristic roots. We write the solution Tn, and that itself is called the homogeneous part of the given relation, right? Because Tn is a 4 into Tn minus 1 here with order 1. Tn has to be replaced by R. Tn minus 1 has to be replaced by R power 0, 1. So we have got the auxiliary equation R equal to 4, which is giving us only one root, 4. Therefore, the homogeneous part of the required solution is written as a constant C1 into 4 to the power n. Now let us calculate the particular solution part. To get the particular solution part, we have to make a guess of the required particular solution. Because in the problem, the function f of n is given by 2 power n, which is called an exponential function, where the base is 2. Because 2 power n is given, and we can see 4 is the root, means 2 is not a root, right? So 2 power n is given and 2 not a root of the auxiliary equation. So we are writing 2 is not a root of auxiliary equation. Due to these two reasons, because f of n is 2 power n and its base 2 is because f of n is 2 power n and 2 is not a root, now we have a guess of the required particular part. Let it be a constant a into 2 power n. With this assumption, this is now substituted in the given recurrence relation. So Tn is a 2 power n. So left hand side is replaced by a into 2 power n is equal to 4 into Tn minus 1 is replaced by a into 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n. 2 power n is cancelled in each term on both sides. So we have got a is equal to 4 into a, 2 power minus 1 is there. So by 2 plus 1. So we have got a minus 2a. We have minus a is equal to 1 or a is equal to minus 1. Therefore, our guess of the particular solution is minus 1 into 2 power n. Now adding up the homogeneous and the particular solution parts, we can give the required solution as Tn is equal to C1 into 4 power n minus of 2 power n. Right? This would have been the required solution if there were no conditions like T of 0 equal to 6. Because T of 0 equal to 6 is given, which means that T0 is equal to 6. When n is 0, Tn equal to 6. We put it in our solution. So for n equal to 0, we have T0 6 equal to C1 into 4 power n minus 2 power n. Because n is 0, we have C1 minus 1 is equal to 6, which gives us C1 is equal to 6 plus 1, 7. So finally our solution is going to be 7 into 4 power n minus of 2 power n. This is what the solution is for the given non-homogeneous recurrence relation. Right? Suppose in our problem, we found that 2 is a root of the auxiliary equation one time. Then in our assumption of the solution, we would have taken a 2 power n into n. If 2 is repeated twice, 2 is a root, 2 times we should take here n square. And in this particular problem, because 2 is not a root, we should not write this n square. This is one of the cases for the functional part f of n. In some of the problems, this f of n may be a polynomial also. Let us consider another example. Suppose we have an minus 2 into an minus 1 plus an minus 2 is equal to 2 given. Right? Let us solve this by the same method, the method of undetermined multipliers. Clearly we can say, because the least suffix is n minus 2, the degree or the order of the equation k is equal to 2. So, in order to have the homogeneous part of the solution, as the equation is non-homogeneous, we have to write first the auxiliary equation. The degree is k equal to 2, so an replaced by r square minus 2, an minus 1 by r, an minus 2 by r power 0, which is 1. And we consider the given f of n to be 0, whatever is given. So we put 0. Clearly this is r minus 1 whole square 0. We have got two values of r, 1 comma 1, repeated twice, right? Repeated twice. So we write the corresponding homogeneous part as C1 plus C2n into 1 power n. Because 1 power n is also 1, we simply write an power h is equal to C1 plus C2n. Now to get the particular solution part an power p, we make a guess based on f of n given. Given f of n is equal to 2, it is a degree 0 polynomial or it is a constant. Because it is a constant, otherwise a degree 0 polynomial, we see whether 1 is a root or not, right? One more condition to be verified is whether 1 is a root or not a root. In this problem, we have got 1 a root. 1 is root twice. So the multiplicity of the root 1 is equal to 2. Therefore, our guess is going to be here, because 1 is twice repeated as the root of auxiliary equation, we write n square. And now corresponding to degree 0 polynomial, we write another degree 0 term like a constant a. This is the guess of the required particular solution. Suppose 1 is a root only one time, then we would have taken here instead of n square only n. Or else if the term f of n is a degree 1 polynomial, then we would have taken instead of this a naught plus a1n. So based on the given function, if a polynomial given, we check whether 1 is a root and how many times a root. Accordingly, we have the guess of the particular solution. Now this has to be placed in the given problem. So an become n square into a minus 2 into an minus 1 is n minus 1 whole square into a n minus 2 is n minus 1 whole square into a is equal to 2. When we simplify this, we have n square a minus 2n square, 2 of n square minus 2n plus 1 plus n square minus, this is our n minus 2 whole square. So we have n square minus 4n plus 4 is equal to 2. So we have 2n square plus 2n square is cancelled. Right? Now we have the remaining terms, minus 2 into minus 2 and 4n minus 4n is also cancelled. We have minus 2a remaining plus 4a remaining. So we have 4a minus 2a equal to 2, the value of a is 1. Therefore, the particular solution is constant 1 into n square. It is n square, and hence we write the solution as an is equal to c1 plus c2n plus n square. This is the required solution of the given problem. Thank you.